Peeling back the curtain a little bit, you guys, I have this app on my phone that I use to write down cold open ideas when I'm not at my computer. And I usually flesh them out, but this time I only wrote Inspector Gadget's dick, and I have no fucking clue what I meant by that.
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, and Wooly. What's up, swingers? Hi, I'm Wooly. This is episode 11 of Thrall's Balls. We definitely didn't just try to record 15 minutes of stuff and I lost it all because I'm a big dumbass. Lost last week's episode in much the same way. Sorry, I'm fucking stupid. I'm not actually stupid,
No,
I just fuck up a lot.
Don't say that.
I am Wooly. Joining me is Gershom and Bentolas. Reminder, they're both full permanent hosts now. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
We're doing good. Well, I'm doing good at least.
No, I'm doing great. We're here. We're, what did I say on Discord? Coming at you mean and green, and then Immune said coming at you mean, green, and obscene. So, yeah, ready to get on episode 11.
And then, didn't Adorno say something about, oh yeah, booty better be clean, and then you said something about an outhouse with a bidet.
Yeah, didn't you know that Orgrimmar installed bidets in the outhouse now? So it's no more,
They're mud bidets.
It's mud. Oh god, I didn't even think of that.
They are mud bidets.
Oh yeah, orcs probably. And Taurens, can you imagine the shits they drop?
Oh my god, they could probably fuel a rocket with that shit.
They'd probably give me dinosaur dumps, man.
Dinosaur dumps.
Man,
So mud bidets and Tauren dumps. Gotta love it.
And let's not forget Inspector Gadget's penis.
Inspector Gadget's big, spiky, mechanical, slinky dick. And I am very, 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 very annoyed that I not only lost the first 15 minutes of this episode and we have to redo it, but also the entire of last episode. You'd think Seriously, I've been podcasting on and off since 2013. I should know better than this shit. Anyway, what have we been up to this week? Start with Bent. Go ahead.
Well, obviously 9-1 dropped, and we'll touch on that later.
Hell yeah.
I did manage to find a guild on Sargeras, so I transferred. There's
Congrats.
6 or 7. Thank you. There's 6 or 7 of us over from Collecting Company in there, so it's nice. Yeah, we're gonna jump straight into Heroic tomorrow. This week we kind of did some Nathria raiding to get some people who are under-geared items. I managed to feed our 2 demon hunters a bunch of shit, so I felt good. It was a good deed of the week, and I'm looking forward to the new raid.
Are you gonna be streaming your... And not to put you on the spot, but are you going to be streaming your night one or no?
Yeah, I'll be streaming every raid night. The guild I joined is a little bit more lax on raiding, or actually streaming. They actually were streaming some of their early raids in Nathria to see if they can pick up on anything that might help clear it. But yeah, I talked to the guild master, and he has no issues with me streaming.
Honestly, when we got to the point in Collected Company where it was okay, don't stream raid nights, I think that had to do with, I'm not going to say any names, but 1 or 2 people who ended up leaving the raid team for, just because whatever, life got in the way, who were uncomfortable with it. But I think it was
one individual,
more to do with that.
And it was one individual who's probably the only individual in our whole guild that I couldn't stand. So I think that was the thing. But I'm looking forward to streaming.
Wait, there was someone who didn't like you guys to stream?
Yes.
Oh, that's
if
annoying.
it's who I'm thinking of, they kind of made a big deal out of a lot of dumb shit. But we don't need to go there.
Yeah, positive vibes.
He was one of those people that he thought he was a much better player than he really was. We'll put it at that. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I do have my camera. I want to get a second monitor. So I could talk, because a lot of times people will type something in the chat, and I feel bad because I'll stream for a couple hours and not be able to respond because I'll have to minimize. But yeah, so
you know what I do is I get the Twitch app on my phone, and I plug my phone in so it doesn't die, but then I have my phone with just the chat and all the audio muted sitting on my keyboard. Or at least that's what I did do before I had 2 monitors. 'Cause what's it like living down in the fucking mud, Bent? Get fancy.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, so maybe I'll do that this week.
Also,
Yeah, Gershom, what you been up to? Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I was just gonna tell Ben that I noticed that when he was streaming more regularly, Immune had something going on his computer where
was it porn? It was probably porn.
Besides the porn, second monitor wasn't on the stream. Probably grateful. Hopefully it wasn't Inspector Gadget dick porn. But who knows with those guys over at the DNR crew.
Now that I think about it, like, sorry to cut you off, but like maybe they should make like a mecha gnome, like, you know how they like make the attachments for them, a customizable metal cock for mecha gnomes. Maybe people actually play them.
My, you're a big one. Yeah, I went there.
What does Lady Moonberry say when she's like, "Oh, I just knew you're so special," or something like that?
She's so hot. She's so hot.
Hey, you want to hear my impression of Lady Moonberry?
Yes.
Right, here we go.
I do.
I do.
Hey, I'm the fucking fairy from Ardenweald. What's going on? I fly out of Bentolas' ass.
Is that what?
Pretty spot on, right?
Is that?
Can we get a 5-minute break? I need to go to the bathroom.
No.
No.
No, we cannot. Gershom, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, sorry. I lost it a little there. I have been playing 9.1, but like you guys said, we're gonna gush about that later. Apparently, Ben's probably gonna gush a lot about Lady Moonberry, but we'll see.
Loosh.
Did a lot. Lots and lots of reading. My kids have been home from school and kind of hogging up my computer throughout the day, so I did finish Beyond the Dark Portal, which I loved. Kind of had a more sympathetic view of the Alliance and how terrifying, the First and Second Wars probably were, and how traumatic those things were. So I did enjoy that book a lot. And then I finished all the way through. I finished my Folk and Fairy Tales of Azeroth book, and then I went back and I looped back to where I was in Chronicles Volume 2, which is about halfway through. And if everything goes according to plan, I should finish that tonight, because I think I have like somewhere between 6 and 10 pages of that left. Now, please keep in mind that they're small print, textbook size pages, but
oh god, small print.
Yeah, reading glasses time for sure, but it's so good that it really doesn't matter. I was deterred when I saw that when I ordered it, but I was like, thank God for my glasses. I'm gonna be good. I'm just gonna go slow and enjoy the book. So lots and lots of reading, and outside of 9.1, I did get my last 2 not Covenant mounts, but so for me it's the Stitch Yard. We talked about this last time. There's 4 mounts that you can get for like the little like mini game that comes with your Covenant, basically. So for Necrolords, it's like the Stitch Yard, is like the Queen's Conservatory and the Ember Court and all these things. Each comes with 4 mounts, 5,000 anima. Last time we talked, I had 2 of them, and I got the last 2, which is a Flayed Wing, which is pretty awesome because it flips when you fly it. It flips and does like barrel rolls. I know some people might be concerned about motion sickness, but that doesn't really get to me. And then there's like a Grom, like a big white, not Grom, Gorm. Grom. I've been reading Beyond the Dark Portal,
the big
guys.
fucking the bug
the
thing.
Bug thing. Yeah,
I
said
said
Grom instead of Gorm,
things.
but I've been doing a lot of reading, so not a Grom.
Wait, Grom.
Grom Hellscream.
Grom with an M. Yeah, you're gonna be riding into battle on Grom's back. And he's gonna like.
I would ride Grom into any battle that he wanted to go to.
If he flexes his fucking neck just the right way. Never mind. Continue.
Can I get 5 minutes?
You should have used Ben's 5 minutes.
Rip.
So anyhow, that's what you've been up to, huh?
That's it.
You know, what you said about the small text reminded me when I went to fucking Walmart to get the alcohol for today's drink, and they carded me. It made me realize that I'm getting to the age where I am starting to feel good about myself being carded, and that is that was just a depressing realization.
Oh God. Well, I don't.
I'm only 31 years old, but like I go to get something, they're like, "Oh, I need to see your ID." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Here you go."
Yeah. Well, at the tender age of 38, I'm more like, "Oh my God, this fucking shit. Stop already. Y'all can tell him like I'm pushing 40. Fuck out of my face."
So what I have been up to is I might have a beat on a guild. I can't really say exactly what guild just yet. I've joined it, but as far as rating, I need to double check with some scheduling issues. I joined it with my Warlock. I feel like I've been saying so many different episodes like I'm maining this or I'm maining that, and I don't remember where I left off, but I'm 100% maining Warlock from here on out. The guild is on Sargeras, which Bent was pleasantly surprised to hear, but no, it is not Yggdrasil. It's not the same guild. Fuck it, I'll just say the guild's name. I joined a guild called Sleepy Gang on Sargeras, and I quite like the name of that guild. It was started by somebody that I'm mutuals with on Twitter, like, I don't know, a few months ago. So, yeah, that might be my raid home. We'll see.
Is this your, sorry, this is, so you're still maining Alliance, though, right?
Right.
You put your Horde
right.
to Betty for a little bit?
Right. I thought about going Horde, but then my Horde guild went Alliance, and...
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I thought about raiding with them, but I don't really want to raid on Saturdays.
Which race do you play, the Warlock?
Alliance, when I can, I like to play the Void Elf the most.
Oh, okay. You have that unlocked.
Because I just think Void Elves are fucking awesome. But when I'm playing Horde, I like playing an Orc or a Meghar Orc. I can't play a Warlock as a Meghar, unfortunately, but...
I was gonna say, I didn't think that was possible, but...
It's not, but you'd think it might be, considering that, toward the end of Warlords of Draenor, the Meghar were, like... dealing with fell magic and shit and getting pissed off at Gul'dan and Archimonde and all that. Anyway, getting ahead of shit here. Well, not ahead, but off track. So, that's what we've been up to. I've been playing my Warlock. They've been doing their stuff. I want to have a little bit of a call to action. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the show so far. We wouldn't be here without you. That said, we really want to grow some more, so if you could just do us a huge favor, just share an episode with even just one person or more if you want. It would mean the world to us. In that same vein, we've got stuff in the pipeline we're working on to bring some cool shit to the world, but we don't really have anything exactly to announce about that just yet. A little teaser, though, I'm personally thinking of doing some sort of giveaway. I don't have anything specific to say just yet. I gotta work out the kinks. Gershom, Bent, I will fund that. Don't you worry your little heads about it. But that's indicative of stuff that's coming. Again, thank you all so much for listening. Please don't hesitate to retweet the link to the episode, or just plain old let a friend know that the show exists. It would really help us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Swingers. Means a lot.
Thank you for your support, boys and girls.
Bent's got hookah voice going on.
Definitely.
For anybody who's never smoked a hookah, when you pull in the smoke and then immediately try to talk, your voice gets deep, and it's pretty cool.
I do sound like a child most of the time, so...
You're just from New Jersey. There's a slight difference, but not much.
All right, guys, let's move on to the mixed drink of the week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Okay, so, as a reminder, please only drink if you're legally able to do so. Additionally, please always drink responsibly. We assume zero liability for any alcohol-related issues that may arise should you choose to partake in the mixed drink of the week and light your ass on fire or any dumb shit. Okay, so before we get to this week's drink, I want to give due attention to last week's drink that, we completely missed the episode, or rather, I fucked up. So last week's drink was Roll the Bones for the Outlaw Rogue, and not going to have these guys, guess what's in it, because they already did, but So, It had an interesting twist to it. I took the Roll the Bones ability from in the game. And for those who don't know, it gives you 1 to how many buffs, Bent? 5?
You either get 1 buff, 2 buffs, 5 buffs. With the conduit
Right.
power, though, your dispatches and vanish ambushes can grant additional 10 seconds of other buffs you don't have.
Cool. So what I had decided was that you roll the bones in game, and whichever buff closest to the right side of your screen it is determines what the second shot in your drink is. So how I did it was Jaeger and second shot, and I had Bent roll the bones, and he had got the buff Ruthless Precision. So it ended up being Jaeger and Jim Beam Apple in that particular drink. So what was in it? 1 shot of Jagermeister, 1 shot of Jim Beam Apple, Dr. Pepper as a mixer. That was it. It was a pretty simple drink for the Outlaw Rogue. The twist comes in its creation with the Roll the Bones. Now for this week's drink, and I forgot to say this part, we're going backwards through the classes by armor type. We've gotten our way up to the Rogue. So this is the last spec for the Rogue. So next week we will have Monk?
Yeah, I think
Right?
Monk would be
Yeah.
next, right?
I think so. So anyway, this week's drink is called the Poison Bomb. And I believe we had said we were going to do a different ability, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Rupture.
So if you guys want to guess what's in this, go ahead, but you didn't really have much prep time.
I want to guess.
Go ahead.
Okay. What do you think is in a poison bomb?
It's going to have some sort of green component to it, so I'm going to say Mountain Dew or Surge or some sort of, green flavored soft drink. And poison. See, it's going to be like, I want to say, this is probably cheating, but you did say last week you wanted to get rid of the rest of your Jaeger, so I'm going to say Jaeger's in it. And then I'm going to say you have like Sour Patch candies in it.
Okay. All right. Gershom, do you have a guess? If not, that's totally cool.
So Poison Bomb. I like Ben's call on the green. For some reason, I was thinking red, but that's more like a bloodletting thing. I don't know what I was going for there. So if I take my own and go with the red, I'm thinking some kind of like, maybe like whiskey and cranberry, or like something kind of like that. And then the bomb kind of makes me want like something that makes it like you know, I know you've already lit things on fire.
Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb.
Oh, okay. We are finishing the Jaeger. It could be a Jaeger poison bomb. I'm so glad you're almost done with the Jaeger. I haven't touched that shit since I was like 19 years old, by the way. For good reason. But the bomb makes me... Okay, either like a bomb and a drink, we could collaborate here, but my original idea was like a little piece of dry ice or something that makes it look like boom, like something like blew up. I don't...
Ooh, like smoky?
Kind of, yeah.
That's actually good.
Okay, so each of you got sort of close. Bent, you were right about the green. Gershom, you were right about the thing that indicates smoke, but it is not dry ice. So, also, there is no Jaeger in this one. I specifically, it would have fit perfectly with the theme, but I specifically wanted to avoid using Jaeger for a while.
Say what?
So what is in the poison bomb is 1 shot Captain Morgan spiced rum. Dumping that bad boy in there. And 1 shot of Deep Eddy Lemon. For those of you who listened to the first episode, that is what was in, I believe it was the first episode, in the Chaos Bolt.
Deep Eddy is really good too. Their grapefruit vodka is really good. But we digress. Sorry.
I think they're
Not really. You filled a gap here while I was putting a bottle away. And fill in, leaving room, but filling in with green Gatorade.
Oh, green Gatorade.
Hey, do you guys know what flavor is green Gatorade?
You're trying to trick me into saying
Lemon lime.
Lemon lime.
Right?
No,
nice
you're a
try,
cop.
officer.
You're a cop.
Nice try. Nice try, officer. No, it's green apple.
Oh, green apple. Okay.
Okay, and
You're a cop.
there is something to indicate something like a bomb, something smoky.
He's letting it in fire again.
Nope. That's whipped cream.
It's not.
Whipped cream for smoke. Whipped cream is smoke, and also, shit, I forgot to stir this before I put the whipped cream on it.
Someone get this man a butter knife.
And also because poison is notoriously sweet. Or some poisons are.
Where's Inspector Gadget when you need him?
He's busy licking the rat traps because I said they were sweet.
Yeah, fuck a butter knife. Stick Inspector Gadget's big slinky metal dick in that shit.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so, one shot Captain, one shot Deep Eddy Lemon, green Gatorade, and whipped cream. Over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole. Holy crap, that's good. That is tasty.
It does sound good.
Yeah, it's very sugary though.
I wish I had more than
Yeah.
like $2 in the bank right now until payday. I'd go try and drink something else.
Well, it's honestly usually the payday problems I run into that end up being the reason why I use Jaeger again.
I think we're all broke ass bitches this week.
Nah, I got paid Friday, son. Alright, so that is the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah. Next week we're going with the Monk, I believe, unless we're wrong about that. But, you know, it'll be what it'll be.
It's backwards alphabetical through armor types, right?
Correct.
So we did cloth, now we're doing backwards alphabetical through leather?
Right.
Okay, I don't really play
So then
leather.
I believe it is the Monk.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're right.
Because we got Druid, Demon Hunter, Monk, and Rogue. So
Yep.
Monk and Brewmaster, Windwalker, Mistweaver. So I guess it's the Windwalker Monk up next.
Gotta do Fist of
Windwalker
Fury.
Monk was my main for the first half of doing Nighthold before I switched to Warlock. And in fact, it was then when I switched to Warlock that I realized I should have been playing Warlock this whole time instead of just off and on like I had been doing since PC.
I never tried a monk.
Monk is actually one of the classes I was gonna do for a tank.
Dude, this drink is fucking delicious.
I hope you get bombed like you did the last episode.
Oh god, too bad we lost that.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I still have to go to the gym.
You
All
say
right.
that now.
So,
You say-
before we move on to the other part of the show, I want to just throw out there, we love getting reviews. Did the episode we lost, was that where I read the review from Immune, or...
No. You had already read Immunes on our first episode together, which was, I think,
Okay.
9, right? 8 or 9. 8 or 9. 9.
I think someone else left a review though.
We have another review here. Vanderlyle left us a 5-star review. It says, I love swinging on Thrall's balls, in all caps. Vanderlyle, you sly, cool son of a bitch. But, I don't know. I feel like that we definitely read Aaron's review. I don't know if we read Immune, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it again. Really glad Willie started up this podcast. I gotta support another WoW podcast that involves a bit of drinking, a bit more vulgarity, and a handful of fun and unique segments. Loving the mixed drink of the week, fuck yeah, in particular, what a great idea. It's also nice that there's been a few different guest hosts so far. I love that for all my besties. Keep it up. Fuck yeah. Thanks, guys, for the reviews. Call to action, if you want to leave a review, go to the Warcraft Radio directory, warcraftradio.com/directory, search for Thrall's Balls. You know, you gotta look for them, because they're big and beefy and swinging around.
Wait. Is all Vanderlyle said that he loves swinging from Thrall's ball, and that was it? That's all he said?
Yeah, are you surprised?
No, I'm pleased. I'm pleased. I'm glad that we're friends.
Pleased with Thrall's Balls. Okay, so if you would be so kind as to leave us a review, we will read it on the air. warcraftradio.com/directory. And I gotta say, Brian Black also known as Ro, who runs that whole thing, recently has been tweeting how sad he is that he doesn't feel like WoW is for him anymore. He just isn't enjoying it. And I gotta say, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, it's not just like, okay, I'm not having fun, I'm gonna go play something else. Like, if you're just playing some random ass game, this is less of a game and more of like a long-term hobby investment kind of thing. So I do truly find it sad that Ro doesn't really feel like the game is for him anymore. But if he chooses to keep his directory going, fuck yeah. You're the boss, dude. You're awesome. You're awesome. He has said he still loves the game, he just isn't clicking with it anymore. If he chooses to end it, that's totally on him. But Ro, thank you so much for all the work you have done over the years, curating all these different podcasts into one place. You've put in the hours on it, and the internet thanks you.
The directory is really how I branched out beyond my first 2 or 3 podcasts. So yeah, thank you, Ro. I hope you keep it going, and if you don't, then happy fucking trails and good luck to you. But I hope you keep it going.
You know what? I was gonna say go follow Ro, but I can't remember his @ on Twitter at the moment. While I look that up, once again, we would love getting reviews, but if you don't want to go on there and sign in with your Battle.net to do it, you can email us review or feedback if you'd like. thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. You can also tweet at us @thrallsballspod. And again, okay, so Ro, I found his Twitter. It's @RoWCR, RHOWCR on Twitter. Go ahead and follow him if you don't already, because he is a pretty good guy. 9.1. Holy shit, 9.1. I'm so happy we have this fucking patch. God, what have you guys been hitting the most in 9.1? What's your favorite parts? What parts don't you like? What's going on with y'all?
Ben, you wanna take out that?
Go first, Gershom.
Okay, I wasn't quite ready to be honest.
So then I'll go first.
Okay, you go. Sorry, I have my notes
So,
here. Just almost
I
ready.
feel like this week, like 9.1, it's kind of almost like a pre-patch for 9.1. You know, we didn't really get much except for Korthia. I do enjoy it. I think Korthia, the dailies at least, they're so much easier to do than the ones like on the World Quest, so that's a benefit.
Oh, hell yes. Yes, they are.
Yeah, I
Catch
finished
up
one the
here
other
feels
day
good.
and I was like, that was it.
Yeah, it's nice, like compared to like doing the regular mall, like
Yeah.
just the regular mall compared to. The catch-up gear looks pretty good. I don't like though that the rewards change for each character. Mostly because I fucked myself on my mage and apparently disenchanted one of the best trinkets that will be available, at least early on.
You should have called Inspector
I
Gadget
just got
instead of
that
fucking
trinket
yourself.
today.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one thing I don't like. It's good to see it popular again. Yeah, and I think we'll find out more. I think this week what the patch is gonna look like. I do think they fucked up Blizzard. They should have released that mega dungeon. Maybe not on the hard mode, but at least if they released that mega dungeon, I think it would have kept people a little bit more happy and give them a little piece of new content. But it looks like with the raid being released and a lot of guilds moving in heroic, I don't think people are really going to be doing the marketplace dungeon, mega dungeon, just because of the time commitment. But I also read that a lot of the best inspect early on trinkets are going to drop from there, so we'll see what happens. I think they did a good job. I noticed a couple things I posted on the forums. I actually got blue responses relatively quick. I think they cleaned up the errors that they were going to encounter. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy, and I'm looking forward to reading.
Yeah, in terms of raiding, I gotta say, I got curious and went to go find the portal to the raid entrance, and was very annoyed because you gotta run through like a whole fuck ton of elites to get there. And that annoys the shit out of me. Like, is the idea that they're thinking, okay, guys, we're going to storm in there. Like, no, fuck off. We're going to the raid entrance individually.
And there's going to be no...
There's a reason there's a meeting stone there. There's a reason the entrance is there. And unless you want to give us, like, a quick portal in Korthia over to it, that would be cool. But otherwise, like, it's going to be such a pain in the ass just to get there. And as a warlock, I know damn well they're going to have me and, like, 2 other people go and then just summon everybody else because it's a less of a pain in the ass. And I fucking hate that shit. Like, give us a quicker way to get there, an easier way without having to fucking death run through it.
There's not going to be flying in Korthia, correct?
No.
Correct. Nowhere in the maw can you fly.
My prediction, I think there'll be some sort of question where we clear out that area.
Anything to make it easier to get to the fucking raid entrance.
Well, you do make a point, though. They're going to put you with, like, a hunter who can face roll it, and then someone who can res you, and you guys are basically going to have to res and run through the fucking gauntlet just to get to the raid
It's going to
entrance.
be rogue utility. We're going to finally have a use.
Oh, yeah, you
have
can
2 rogues and a warlock.
But who's going to res him when he dies?
That actually does sound like a pretty good workaround. Like, you
bring a druid, because they get battle res. You can bring a druid. And they can
like
go.
Hey,
maybe this was...
We're talking about a specific comp to enter the raid.
Right.
That's fucked. That is fucked.
Maybe it was meant to challenge us to think about interesting ways to play the game. I'm sorry, I'm always looking on the bright
I just want to
side.
get in the raid and do the raid. Fuck that.
The raid's going to be easier than getting there. The raid's going to be...
It might be.
Like, seriously, I honestly, I'm holding out a little bit of hope that I didn't do PTR, so I could be completely off my ass about this. But I'm holding out a little bit of hope that we'll get a quest on Tuesday, which for those of you listening is today or later, because this is releasing a day late. My sincere hope is that we'll get a quest that'll be like, oh, so if you click on this little swirly thing, it'll take you right to the entrance. Like, oh, cool. Because that'd be great. That would be dope.
That's another viable option.
Not quite to the same level as the easiest raid entrance ever was the Alliance entrance to Battle of Dazar'alor in BFA. It was right on the fucking dock in Borealis.
And there was Mist of Tyrna Scythe too. Like, all you have to do is fly to wherever it is, and you walk like 5 feet, and it's right there. There's nothing to do.
Oh yeah, I meant raid entrances though.
Oh, sorry, you're right. My fault.
Not a big deal. But like, so that's easily my least favorite part of the patch is getting to the raid entrance, and I'm hoping that changes. But by far, your daily loop that you do in Korthia is really not so bad. You go there, you do like 3 dailies, and you're done. And I decided I want to get the transmog from the Death's Advance. I think that's the name of the faction.
It is.
And you have to have Exalted for that and a certain amount of Stygia. And I want it bad, because I am a Necrolord, and it's like this red and black looking thing. I want it. I fucking want
I
it.
have not seen that yet. Who sells that?
That is, I don't remember the name of the NPC, but it's the Death's Advance Quartermaster in that like main Korthia area.
The Keeper's Respite, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
I have not checked
So
that
yeah,
out yet.
like day 1, I'm running around there. I'm doing the intro quest. People are complaining about it on Wowhead, like it takes too long. I didn't really notice it taking too long, but then again, I was also paying attention to the story, so I didn't really. Oh, hey guys, guess what's happening to my head?
What happened?
I'm getting a little lightheaded.
Oh no.
I'm getting a little buzzed. Anyway,
Oh no.
But to touch
I'm
on what
running
you were
around.
saying though, fully, like I don't know if you've done it on alt yet, but you can skip it now. You can skip everything, and you just have to do like the Archivist Codex line.
I forgot which character. Oh, my Frost Mage. I did the full intro on my Frost Mage, and I did get the skip on my Warlock. Apparently, doing the skip, you lose out on some. I forget what it's called, like Stygic Embers or some shit like that. You lose out on a little bit of extra quest rewards, but I'm okay with that. I wish it weren't the case, but I would rather be able to skip and lose than not skip and have, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're like 10 embers, and those are the currency to upgrade the shards of domination. So it's highly unlikely that you're going to be starved for those, at least early on. So I think it's irrelevant, to be honest.
And what are those, like, orange crystal things? You get, like, Corthic crystals or something?
Yeah.
So those
I've been getting a fair amount of those. Little bit of advice for everybody. If you're getting those
Save them.
and you're not going to use them, hold them until the raid opens and then go ahead and sell them on the auction house, because you'll get way more as people
I haven't even seen what they're supposed to be spent on yet, but I just today...
They're for the legendaries.
I just
Legendary
today
base items.
got the big box of mysterious things or whatever, so I'm getting up to like my next tier of like rune carver activity. I'm not sure I've even fully opened it yet, so but I've been saving them. I'm like, I know they're for something, clearly I'm not gonna sell them, but
so my understanding of those is I don't think you craft rank 5 or rank 6. What you do is you craft, say, a rank 3 legendary for rank 5, or you upgrade yours, but they basically just add 2 ranks to your legendary. So like you can buy a rank 1 and then you can go straight to rank 3 if you have enough crystals.
Gotcha.
See, I thought they were used to make like rank 5 or 6 base items, like the white thing you buy off the auction house.
It might be for that too, but just based on what I'm reading, I think you could just use those to upgrade your current. Like you buy the base 4 and then use those to get a rank 6, or either buy the base 3 and use those to get rank 5.
So like if you already have a 4, as in my case, and I don't want to start all over, like I'm willing to sacrifice the socket for that, should I still be holding on to the crystals? Am I still going to need them, or is it only to craft the base? I mean, I'm still going to hold on to them.
I don't think those crystals have anything to do with the sockets.
No. What I meant by... I'm saying that I'm going to stay... I'm just going to upgrade
She's saying
my
she's not going to...
rank
Yeah,
4.
she just wants to upgrade her rank 4, so she wouldn't need... Like, they would upgrade 2. I don't know how it would work, but that's just my understanding.
Well, it's only the first
stupid.
week. I can see why Ben says it's kind of like a pre-patch, too. Like, we're still definitely figuring a lot of things out. I'm sure in a couple weeks we'll look back and say, like, oh, God, jeez.
We're not on mythic teams here, so we don't really need to know all that super min-maxy stuff, although it is helpful. One thing that happened to me in the patch that I thought was really cool, I put it in the Discord. I happened, before I transferred my Warlock off of Proudmoore, I happened to find Immune in the wild, and by in the wild, I mean at that main hub in Korthia, the name I can never remember. And he was just chilling on his black and red moose from the Emerald Nightmare, and he had a fucking grommet with him. I'm like, holy shit, a grommet. So then I did a custom emote. I did the, /E Ben's grommet over a table, and he was like, hey! And then he went and showed me this cave where you were supposed to be able to buy a grommet.
It's the, it's the stern... Oh my god, I wrote this down. What's it called? Sorry, you go ahead and continue. I'm retarded.
I want a grommet battle pet, and I'll name him Fleshlight.
It's not a battle pet. It's a cage that you buy.
I know, it's like a thing.
It's a thing that helps you find
I did eventually
treasure.
get one.
Yeah, I bought mine
because
too.
I hadn't finished the Archivist quest line at that point. I did like yesterday. But I want to get a grommet battle pet and name him Fleshlight. I don't think you can get one, but I want it.
We'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe. I was I was actually seriously peeved that I couldn't tame one. Because it's a beast.
What?
No, you can't tame one. It says creature cannot be tamed.
That's
There's actually
horseshit.
there's actually 2 more creatures that say cannot be tamed. There's like this really cool like red and purple and gold like phoenix kind of looking bird that fly around. I don't remember what they're called at all. I should have written it down.
Oh, you can get those as a mount, I think.
Well, they
if we're thinking
can't
of the
be
same thing.
tamed unless maybe later there's going to be some kind of achievement or path, like how you have to get it to tame like feathermanes and stuff like that. And then there's like this.
Pretty sure
There's this weird like stone kind of like cat dog looking thing that's like pretty gnarly looking, and it says it's a beast too, and can't tame that. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't really been able to tame anything in Korthia yet.
Stone cat. Are you talking about the shard hide?
Yes, shard hide. Thank you.
They're like big lizard bears. I like
yeah,
those.
I said dog cat. It's like a lizard bear.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about like the Gargans, they're basically like bear dogs.
Bear dogs with rocks.
But those flying things you're talking about, I'm pretty sure those use the same skeleton as the wolf hawk for like hunters.
I think you're right.
Which would be dope.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which in turn, I think, use the same skeleton as the Wind Riders. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun in this patch so far. Got my Death's Advance rep to friendly today. I've been trying to get the Fallen Charger, but I don't have it just yet. It's a pain in the ass to farm because people either don't put that they found it on the group finder, or they don't say if war mode needs to be on or off, or they say it's up and then you get in and then they don't say where in its because it runs around the maw a bit, and they don't say where it is, and then you're in there and it's up but you can't find it and you lose out. It's a pain in the ass, but I want it.
Yeah, I tried it once. It just, I don't know. I'm not really much of a mount guy, so
I never make it.
See,
you don't like getting mounted, Ben?
Only by Lady Moonberry. I just like farming.
Bent is getting pegged by Lady Moonberry.
She came out with a real deep voice like this.
What does your girlfriend think of that, man? That you're sitting here wishing you could get fucked by a butterfly, and she's like, ah.
I don't know. She's in the other room, so.
Chicken deal.
Yeah, she knows. She's just. I guess, I don't know. I tried to get her to play check. She leveled her mage to level 6 once, but I don't think she has any interest.
All the way to the ripe old level of 6.
Yeah, and a Draenei mage, too. I was like, I don't even think I've ever done the Draenei starting area.
It is what it is. It's not great. It's not bad, in my opinion. My frost mage is actually a Draenei. Lightforged Draenei, but Draenei. Oh, should we talk about that badass fucking cutscene though?
Can we
Or fucking?
Can I just talk about like one or two more things real fast, or do we have time?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna.
Oh, we got nothing but time. Honestly, we could go for like 3 hours and I would still put that out as an episode.
Yeah,
take as much time as you want.
This is a good one. I was gonna say, I had a lot of fun. Well, okay, fun's the wrong word. It was actually a little frustrating doing that Eye of Odin part, where you get to disable the Eye of the Jailer. Spoilers, sorry, no more Eye of the Jailer, which is, I know a lot of people are stoked about that, myself included. But that was kind of nerve-wracking because I had laid off of Venari for quite a while. She was getting on my nerves. And then to come back and find that, and she's like, oh, maybe you know someone who knows about this, and you have to go here and you have to go there. So she's basically got you running all over creation. And then you go to Odin, you guys remember, and he makes you you start like crafting like the horn and stuff. And then he tells you, maybe you know someone who knows how to bind this to the maw. And I was just rolling my eyes, like you can hear me rolling my eyes. Like, of course, I have to go talk to Venari. So you do, and you go down there, and she sends you on 2 quests, or maybe it's 1, I can't remember. Pain in the ass. I mean, I almost anxiety quit. And I don't know if you guys know which quest I'm talking about, but you basically need to gather like anger and sadness from like spirits, and there's like crystallized tears on the floor. You have to go to the river of souls,
right?
The Gorgoa. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was cool the way, I mean, this was the most challenging thing I'd done in a while, considering that I don't really like raid or do mythics or anything like that. But it was just like it's a very immersive experience. So like in an artistic way, in a creative way, it was very cool to see Blizzard take this to a place where, I know this makes me sound geeky as hell, but I'm very tied to...
We are on a WoW podcast. Don't
right.
worry about sounding
I am
geeky.
tied to Gershom. I like him. Like, on my Whispers of War episode, I was like, we made besties. I love Gershom. So to see him running around crying and in despair And never mind the debuff. There's a debuff down there that the more, the longer you spend down there, you get this stack. I don't remember what it's called, but you basically end up taking like 30% more damage. I think you do 30% more damage too. But
yeah, it's from the misery thing.
Yeah,
so
the misery.
that's been around for a while, and you can, if you time your CC right, it's not bad. But you just need to interrupt when they cast some like ability. There's just like so many of them. You have to have like an AOE stun.
I was popping like more cooldowns than I was prepared for, and it was like murky down there. And Gershom's crying, and he's getting hit harder than he's used to getting hit. But it was well worth it because no more Eye of the Jailer. So I also heard some people report that one of the final parts of that quest where you actually go kill the Eye, and you go with Danica and her sisters, and they start throwing spears at the Eye, that it took them like 20 minutes to do it, and the Eye wasn't dying. That did not happen to me. So at least...
Yeah, it didn't happen to me either.
I actually didn't even need to fight the Eye Baron. Gershom. I just, like, you did something, and I don't know what I did, but there's, like, a little cutscene after you, like, I guess, like, anchored whatever in place, and then after the cutscene, it just fell over. I didn't even hit it.
Oh, wow. Well, that didn't happen to me. I had to fight it, but it was just, like, a normal fight. And then the last thing I have to say about my play so far, 9.1, is, I found the Fate Scribe. Is that enough? Did you guys find the Fate Scribe? Or are we just gonna jump into spoilers?
I've been kind of chipping away at that. I've been kind of chipping away at
that.
Oh,
yeah, I did that.
Okay, are we gonna ruin Wooly's life, or are we gonna let him play?
I already
You already know. Okay.
I already know.
Okay.
It was funny too because
Slide already ruined that for me.
Oh.
Than's Slide.
Thanks.
I actually enjoyed this fight. This is the only Fate Scribe I liked, the one that was helping out. I was fucking devastated when I got to the end.
See, I was.
Oh shit! He's an Aether.
I had my ears pricked up because I'm like, okay, these attendants are very like, the purpose is our way, and you know, the purpose is the will, and the will is the and it's all very like mundane, sort of ambivalent, neutral stuff. And then this chick is running around basically like insulting us, saying like, oh, you're so fond of garbage. And I'm like, I started paying attention when she started talking like she wasn't an attendant. And then when she says a line where she's like, how clever to use a disguise. Would you ever think of such a thing? And I'm like, this bitch is a dreadlord. Fuck this, she's in disguise. Like, as soon as she said that little quip about the disguise, I was like, no. So I'm sitting here playing, and she busts out in her dreadlord. And I'm wearing my headphones. My kids are watching TV, you know, behind me or whatever. And I was like, no, fuck this. I knew it. And my kids are like, Mom, what? And I'm like, shh, nothing. I'm trying to like listen. So I did enjoy that quite a bit, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But am I correct that quest chain is over? Is the rest of that gonna drop tomorrow? Because I had nothing else but dailies to do after that.
I have a feeling.
I'm pretty sure that's the end of it.
That's gonna go well because they tow the Fate Scribe off. They tow the Fate Scribe off to Torghast, and then there's no continuing quest.
We probably rescue him in Torghast.
But it's gonna pop eventually. I just was sure it didn't pop like right away.
I bet you anything the Fate Scribe gives us that like quest to get the skip.
Probably, maybe starting tomorrow. I guess, I don't know.
Who knows? I do know that can't possibly be the end of it, because I know there's a lot of Nathurzim stuff that happens in this patch.
Well, and you're gonna be going back to
spoilers.
Torghast to get your to get all that mysterious box of goodies, talent tree.
Have you guys done the new Torghast yet?
Yes.
Yes, I have too, and honestly, it makes it less unbearable, but it doesn't really feel any different at all.
I went in and grabbed
I'm
my
okay
quest,
with doing it, but...
So, the thing about... you need to get at least a rank 4 to go to the next level. So, I was able to do it on my Rogue and Shaman, my Warrior Mage. I'm probably going to have to do Layer 9 before I could do Layer 10. I liked it. I mean, it's cool. It's not as unbearable now because now it's like only 5 floors. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did not.
Yeah, that is a huge improvement.
But yeah, it's a lot of it's like tied into just like getting that stupid. Like I keep saving that buff for like the final boss, and like apparently I was doing it all wrong. You know how like you fill up the bar and you get like that 30% haste. It's like almost like a lust window.
Yeah.
And apparently you're supposed to just as soon as you get that, you're supposed to pop it. And even if you're just like,
Really?
yeah, if you're breaking like urns and stuff, I was holding on to mine and saving it for like
Same,
big
man.
pulls. But apparently the better way to improve your score and get like at least a rank 4 on the run is to just pop it as soon as you get it and just run around and do like free souls, break the urns, whatever.
Well, that's good to know, because there is a one of those maw chargers for a meta achievement in there for getting a flawless run in every wing. So that's good to know. That's good information to have. So, do you guys have any last thoughts about 9.1? I'm liking it. I am liking
I'm
it.
liking it. I'm having fun. And it was, I know I posted this on Twitter, but I did say, oh me of little faith, because I was feeling a little bit nonplussed. I even thought, like, the music was a little dull. I'm like, okay, I do like the way Corthia looks, and I like how they combined a look that wasn't, like, standard, you know, Western version of hell, you know, i.e.
Right.
the maw that we used to go to like gather souls and stuff. So Corthia's in the maw, but it was clearly, you know, pulled in. We all know that from the cinematic and the quest line and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
it's not like totally corrupted yet.
right, but the mechanics are a little bit maw-like. Like, even if I'm listening to a pod or listening to music, I still have to have the game sound on, because when those metal motherfuckers come clanking up on you, like, you need to know they do come running at you, and there's not horribly hard to take down, but you should definitely pay attention that you don't grab too many of them at one time. So I thought the mechanics were like, yeah, you still have to be careful, you still have to look around, but it's a little prettier to look at, so I thought that was like a nice mix.
Like, it's less you cannot do shit here, and more you can do a little bit
You
here.
can do a little bit here, but you should still not get too cocky, not get too Inspector Gadgety.
Don't get penisy.
Right.
All right, so we are actually going to be holding off on WoW news for this week. There is some stuff to talk about, but we will roll it into next week. Let's move on to question of the week then.
Question of the week.
So, the last episode we asked, notice I didn't say last week because I fucked up last week. The last episode, Bent had the question, where did it go? We asked what your ideal ending to Sylvanas' story is, and we got answers from Discord. Shantyman says, something that there's definitely no coming back from. If that means she looks like a pincushion from our weapons, all the better. I'm so over her. Damn, bro. All right, who wants to read the next one?
Oh, me. I like this one. I told you on Twitter why, so I'm just going to read it. It's a Duck Gun says, she attempts to ascend to some sort of goddess of creation to create a new reality or something in 9.3. We kill her and erase her from time. She isn't dead because she never existed. The only way to end her and make sure no crumb bums say she could come back. I just loved saying crumb bums, and I wanted to say it again. I don't know why. All right, that was.
See, that one I'm not so sure about that
no,
one,
I think
because
he's
like
being.
that has serious implications about what would happen to the timeline.
That's timey-wimey. We don't want to get Nose Dormu involved in this, right? Just not yet.
Right. I do want an Infinite Dragonflight expansion.
There's
though, but-
actually an infinite dragon that we fight in
The pirate.
yeah,
the pirate dragon.
pirate. Bent, want to read the next one?
Sure. So, Immune says, I don't know what's best. She needs to die for everything she's done. I also think her death needs more of a lead up than just dying at the end of Sanctum of Domination, which is the raid. And they also want a more of a full heal villain death. So yeah, I mean, I knowing Blizzard, they'll probably just like give her this like stupid ass death. But I agree. I think Sylvanas has been such an integral part of the whole WoW story that I think she deserves, you know, a full cinematic death. I think she...
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although, if you take World of Warcraft completely out of the equation, apparently way back in the day, I never played it, but Warcraft 3, she was apparently forgettable until she showed up again, and people were like, what is this? Oh yeah, that's who that is. Vanderlyle says, I want the ending that Warcraft 3 up to Cataclysm Sylvanas deserves. I just don't see how you do that with the Sylvanas we have now. Either way, her ending should include Illyria, Verisa, and the Lament of the Highborn. I like Vanderlyle's answer. I can tell you right now, Illyria is going to have nothing to do with it because she's still on Azeroth, and I think that's a damn shame. I think that is a horrible, horrible shame. She should be there for shit that's to do with her own sister. And has Verisa been in here anywhere? Has anyone seen her?
We talked about this on, I believe, the LFR Discord.
On the lost episode we lost.
No. I mean, we talked about it on the LFR Discord too, and there was a lot of debate about if, I think it was myself and someone else who kind of came together and said, if Sylvanas is gonna die, her sisters are gonna have to, like, I don't know. It just seems weird. Like the necklaces, the 3 pieces of the necklaces, and the Lament of the Highborn, which, by the way, is a great song. Every time it plays in ICC, in Quell Thalas, I love it. I like that song. So
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's one of the top songs.
So what do you think her ending should be then, Gershom?
Myself? So I have a different answer from last week, clearly, because we've played.
That's fine. Last week didn't happen.
Nice. All right, so I want to see Tyrande just push her into the fucking mud, man. I'm over this shit, and that cinematic, which I'm sure this is going to lead us into talking about this.
Oh shit, yeah, we didn't talk about that. Okay,
so we will, but I am willing to gratefully bow and accept the mantle of Tyrande Stan at this point, and I have never been a huge fan of Tyrande. But that whole cinematic, I was neutral on Tyrande. I didn't like her. I did not like her. I was just like, okay, she's over here doing this, and the Night Warrior and everything. And then I'm like, that cinematic. Honestly, like, I was welling up with tears at the end of it, and it was just kind of empathetically feeling her frustration and her rage, and how her rage like dies down, how her Night Warrior power, you know, might be diminishing or something like this, and when she just collapses, she falls asleep, and I'm like, man, she's gotta win. I didn't like the way Sylvanas was taunting her and saying just some really rude thing. I just kind of want to see Tyrande go schoolyard on her and just push her down.
I'd have to agree with that.
Just knock her down. She's got to come help us in Sanctum. Like, she's got to show up and be like the final, you know, kind of like how, remember when Tyrion jumps in at the end of ICC and he's like, no more Arthas, and he kind of stops you.
And he fucking
and he
steals it.
Yeah, he does like the killing blow. I feel like there might be something like that coming for Sylvanas and Tyrande.
Maybe.
I'm no fortune teller.
I gotta say though, like, as much as they're doing this, like, these subtle hints that Sylvanas is having a little bit of doubt, she's still being a fucking bitch to everybody, you know?
Well,
like, she's got to get taken down a peg.
I had something to say about that too. I think it's interesting. Well, we should let Ben do his answer first, and then we'll come back.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
What do you think her ideal ending is?
So I think I'm the opposite of a lot of people. I like Sylvanas' character. I like what they've done with her. I think they could have been a little more, in BFA at least, expanded on her story, but that would probably come in the book coming out in February. So my ideal end basically is we're in the Sanctum of Domination. And then I think we already talked about the fight. So basically the fight with Sylvanas at the end, we're in Oribos, and
specifically the arbiters.
Yeah. So there's for the 4 platforms. So basically, we're fighting Sylvanas on the main one, and then like the NPCs are fighting the Anduin. And I think Sylvanas is gonna realize what she did to Anduin is exactly what Arthas did to her. I think she'll have a little change of heart.
Oh, she already knows that. She's not happy about that.
Yeah. So I think she's going to free him. from his control. I think then the jailer just shows up, yeets her, kills her again. I think it frees her soul into the Shadowlands, and she becomes pre-Banshee Queen when she was like the Ranger General, and then I think then she just, I know people don't want her to get a redemption arc, but she's dead, but she gets one in Shadowlands, which is kind of the point of Shadowlands, right? You get to redeem yourself. So then eventually in 9-3, when we fight, kill the jailer, we're going to have to jail him again. And I think that to atone for her sins, or I hope that to atone for her sins, she's going to kind of be the person who oversees his imprisonment.
Like Illidan with Sargeras.
Do you
I
think,
like
do you
that.
think it'll be like a martyr move,
See-
though, so that she still dies? So that she doesn't
I mean,
get a redemption arc? Or do you want her to
She's
get a
been
redemption
dead
arc?
for like 15 years,
I
don't
said
forget.
dies, like, all the way.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean,
fair
she's
enough.
gonna die. I don't know if it's more of a redemption arc. I think she just realizes that she had the right idea in mind, but she just went about it the wrong way. And I think people need to understand like where she's coming from. It's easy to be very critical of her, but like she had everything taken from her. So I don't know. I don't think it'll be a redemption arc. I don't really think that would. I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing redemption arcs for some characters, but I think she'll realize she's wrong. She'll do the right thing, and then eventually she'll just. The end of her story will be in the Shadowlands. She'll be in charge of jailing Zobel.
So, here's what I'm thinking, and it's similar to yours, Bent, and I would be all for this happening. The Sylvanas we've seen, the Sylvanas that's been doing shit, I think she should absolutely bite the dust. She'll just die, maybe Tyrande will come in and cut her head off or whatever, and it won't be so much a redemption as it will be that version is gone, completely gone, erased from existence, but the shard of her that was cut away by Frostmourne, that's currently somewhere in Torghast being tormented and shit, will come back, and that will be the Sylvanas we deal with for the rest of the expansion as she aids us. That's what I would want. That is my ideal ending. Not a redemption, a continuation of the good part of her that got stolen from her. You know what I mean?
No, it's very
That's what I want.
it's very similar to what I have.
I actually...
Because, like, why else would they be establishing that souls can be split? Like, spoilers, but Uther gets the part of him that was stolen away, like, sucked back into him later in the patch. Why can't the same happen for Sylvanas except for just that part of her comes back? You know? What could be... Why can't we do that? I think that would be great to happen.
I was thinking a lot over the past couple days about Sylvanas basically slowly coming to the terms with the fact that, we saw it in the cinematic where she points the sword at Anduin because he realizes he's like the choice you never had. Like, we all remember that part, and she gets pissed and she pulls the sword on him. And then there's another little moment in the most recent cinematic, the Chains of the Sanctum of Domination intro cinematic, where Tyrande says, "I'm gonna take your head just like I took his," or something like that, and she's alluding to Nathanos clearly. And Sylvanas looks like a little dazed for a second, and she goes, "Nathanos," and like she always kind of had planned for whatever their weird undead plans were, and they go back way to Quel'Thalas, like he was the only human Ranger General or whatever, so like they've been close for their whole career basically. And Tyrande says, "Oh, your master has been keeping secrets from you." And right then it hit me. I was like, I think it kind of hit her too. Like, I'm still not having a choice. I went through all this shit, and I'm trying to make it to the point where I have a choice about my own fate, and I'm still being used, and I still don't have a choice. Thank you, Ben. You're correct. You saw exactly where I was going. But I think in the vein of what you guys are saying about her going back to the Shadowlands, I think that if she was somehow released from this form and released back into the Shadowlands, whether it's as Ranger General Sylvanas or however she comes into the Shadowlands, she will finally have a choice. Even if it's for a covenant, you know, even if she gets to find a place, or she gets a place, she's gonna find a way to finally start making some choices about her own redemption, or how she wants to defend the Shadowlands, or whatever she wants to do. So I think that could be fun. I do kind of want to see this current version of her, like I said, get smashed. But, and also it's not a redemption arc, but it would be nice to say, okay, you know, this choice that she's been hounding after for years and years and years, and then this expansion already twice, at least that we've seen, she's had it thrown in her face that she doesn't have choices, and she's still being used. So that would be an interesting wrap up to it as well.
Yeah, I would love to see her finally get to have a choice.
Yeah, totally.
Now, that said, what you guys were saying about the cinematic, where Tyranda's like, oh, guess what? I killed Nathanos. And she's like, Nathanos. Like, I had two thoughts simultaneously. One of them was what guys said was, oh shit, I am being manipulated. But then the other thought was, there was emotion in her reaction to that. Like, could it be that part of her was caught off guard and sad that Nathanos was killed and that she didn't see him again? Because Sylvanas' whole thing with her being dead and undead and wanting to tear down the entirety of the afterlife, make it so like none of it matters, none of it happens, because what's the point? Could it be that even though she doesn't give a shit about life and death, that hearing that he died and that she hasn't seen him has stirred up a little part of her that she thought was gone? Like, why would she care that he was dead if not for the fact that she still has a tiny bit of hope somewhere in her? And that actually takes me back to when she's pointing Kingsmorn at Anduin, and he's like, you gotta make it, you want me to make a choice, it's the choice you never had. And she's like, so? And he's like, so you think if I choose to go with you, then that means you can give up hope? And she's like, don't. So they're subtly suggesting by that and by this that she's not completely gone.
No, she has emotions,
and
for sure.
I don't necessarily want a redemption arc so much as I want her to realize she's wrong.
She also, I think it's regret, because I don't know if you guys read the book that just came out before the expansion.
Shadows Rising.
But like,
Yeah, I love that book.
So basically, she basically like told Nathanos like he's a useless piece of shit. She wants nothing to do with him. So I think it's almost regret. Like, you know, like you get into a fight with someone and then you say some mean stuff, and then like the next day you find out like, oh, they killed themselves or something.
Oh yeah,
you have that regret.
She did like he failed her in some point. I'm getting a little tipsy too, to be honest, but he failed her. Like, he failed to like deliver Bonswandi to her or whatever, and she took off and was like, fuck you, Nathanos, you're a failure, right? Or something to that effect.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's like regret. I think it's...
And honestly, that just really reminds me of the cutscene we had from pre-patch, where right before Tyranda kills Nathanos, and she's like, where is she? And Nathanos is like, with him, duh. Like, it's like he's bitterly speaking about his ex-girlfriend going to her new boyfriend's house.
Well, somebody said, God, I wish I could remember what pod it was on, but it was months and months ago by now, but somebody, when she holds the blade, when Tyranda holds the blade to his neck and he goes, do it, send me to my lady. And somebody out there in the podcast universe was like, dude, did you think that as soon as she yeeted you, you're just gonna end up like at her cowering at her feet, like cowering like you always fucking do? Like, no, the Shadowlands is not that. You're not gonna go right back to her. You guys aren't soulbinds as far as we know, you know? So it's kind of interesting thinking, like, where is Nathanos? And I would like to see him somewhere. I would like to see what happens with that, just for the record.
I think he's somewhere in Torghast, hidden from Sylvanas, and the jailer is like sticking him with hot pokers.
You think he's being tortured or something?
I don't think he's being tortured.
He's got to be in the maw somewhere, because that's where all the souls are going.
I think that I agree with you. He's in the maw, but I think it's like the ace up the sleeve of the jailer in case Sylvanas gets like cold feet, like, well, you don't want to torture this guy or do this what I say, and he's just gonna pull Nathanos out. I'll fucking destroy his soul or something like that.
Oh yeah, like an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about cold feet, but what did y'all think about the whole part where Anduin
The whole somatic.
where Anduin comes in and steals the Winter Queen's sigil? Like, I was very disturbed by the fact that he just walked in. I thought your girl Lady Moonberry had a shitty plan with the decoys, by the way. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think that was the world's greatest plan. I think they should have spent all that energy maybe hiding the sigil
I'll let
or
you
something.
finish, but I have a lot to say about the cinematic and what happened.
I think they should have just hid the sigil or done something. I don't know. And also really, really, really annoyed with the fact that Jaina's dumb fucking ass stood there and was like, Anduin, we're gonna save you, and did her stupid little scowl. I almost threw something at my computer. I was like, literally, I was so over her. Like, can you do something? Can you just stop? Like, just stop.
Well, with Jaina, you have to understand, like, she watched this happen to Arthas, someone she loved dearly, and it's literally just history repeating itself.
Yeah, and it does actually, to go back to the Shadows Rising book, too, they do a little bit of that. What do you guys think that the relationship between Jaina and Anduin is like at this point? Because if you haven't read Shadows Rising, then you might not have read that. I think it's almost like a little more maternal, only because she's older than him. I think that Jaina, while she clearly has a type, she falls in love with royalty. But did you guys?
Yeah, she likes blonde hair, blue eyes.
Did you guys get the impression that if she was a little younger, she'd be banging Anduin? That she would be in love with him?
Not at all.
You think it's
Not
maternal?
at all. He calls her Auntie Jaina.
Yeah, it's like very much like an aunt who's
Like
filled the role of a
Really?
mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I've been
I
saying
think
this
he's
for years,
far more likely to end up boning Talia.
So it is.
No.
It is
Talia
more.
Ford.
It is
No,
more maternal
no.
then, because that's the impression I got from the book too. But I have seen some posts out there and stuff like, "Oh, would Jaina be like a MILF or something stupid?" But
no, Anduin is 100% gay, and him and Rathian are.
him and Rathian are in love. Yeah.
If you go back and do the Visions quest, if you try to go when it's the storm.
Oh, you're not even trolling.
No,
No, he's not trolling.
if you go into the Stormwind,
Oh.
if you try to go into Stormwind to keep, Rathian stops you and he says, "I cannot bear to witness, even though it's false. I cannot bear to witness what they did to Anduin." And then, if you ever notice, like, nobody gets Anduin's blood boiling more than Rathian. And if you think about it, like,
Who's the best one?
usually somewhat-
It's usually your lover is the one that pisses you
yes,
off the
because
worst.
they say, what did they say? That hate is just another form of love. It's when you have apathy. Apathy is the opposite of love. So my thing is, I think they're gonna turn it into some sort of Rathian, Anduin kind of thing.
I say this as somebody who is bi and therefore part of all the LGBT, all the big acronym.
The alphabet.
I would rather
alphabet
see Anduin end up with Talia Fordragon, mainly because they've been telegraphing the shit out of that, and I think it would be really fitting because Bolvar was kind of like a secondary father figure to him for a while, because he was, when Varian was missing, he was like, what's the term for that?
Oh my God.
Advisor, guardian,
No,
that Britney Spears shit, conservative shit.
No,
No,
it's like in Lord of the Rings when what's his name was essentially ruling Gondor, but he wasn't the king, and then he was
I
on
know the word
fire.
you're thinking of.
Regent?
I don't know the
Regent.
Regent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Bolvar was.
Well, then it would almost be incestual, wouldn't it be?
No, not really.
I mean,
No.
he's acting like.
What are you?
He's
What are
acting.
you doing, Steptalia? No.
Well, it's not like there's any
Not at all.
blood between them. It'd be a little awkward.
I know.
But Talia
Right.
It's awkward though.
really
It's
like.
awkward.
I mean, after. Does
Because she was shipped to what? She was shipped to.
Cortyrus.
Tyrus, yeah. After Bolvar air quotes, disappeared at the Wrathgate, but or died.
I thought
They said died.
So then,
I thought Talia and
cool.
Flint Fairwind were an item, but then I read the book and it seems like it's Matthias Shaw and Flint.
I think Flint
So,
is
I don't
gay,
know.
isn't he?
Because he smells like whiskey and salt and
soap.
soap.
Oh god, such a good smell.
Madeline Rue is a
She's
great author.
amazing.
Gotta say.
I have to say
hope
though,
they
I
let
feel
her
bad
write
for
some
the
more
people who
books.
write the books. Because the books are like they get so much shit. Because I think the Blizzard writing's terrible. And let me go into my rant
Oh, I
about this.
Oh
strongly
wait,
disagree.
he has to
I
rant
like
on
the
me
plot
dissing
points.
Lady Moonberry
Dude,
real quick.
No, it's not
I
that.
mean-
I think the cinematic was so. I don't know what Blizzard's issue is, but they hate Night Elves. That scene was it was so stupid. Like, one, she's trying to choke an undead person, Tyrande. What is the one racial ability Forsaken have? If you don't know, it's the ability to breathe. They don't need to breathe to function. So
Oh.
it does
They have
nothing.
more than that, but I was thinking cannibalize. I'm like,
I
how
was
the
thinking
fuck is
cannibalize,
eating
too.
Tyranda's hands gonna help?
No, it just like, why would you? I don't know. It just.
Oh, you
It's
have
such
like
poor writing.
like when you swim, you don't run out of breath. I don't have any undead tunes, so I don't know.
Yeah, my first character I ever made was an undead, and that was one of the abilities it has. And then secondly, like, I get it. Like, Tyrande is like this infused by a goddess, and this guy, Sylvanas is like got the power of the jailer. Like, I don't understand why everything we do is reactive. Like, they could have made it so that Tyrande is about to is kicking Sylvanas' ass, and she barely escapes. And then from there, she goes back to wherever, and then we stop Anduin from getting the sigil. And then, why do we have to be like, oh, we got to go in there and get it back? Why can't it be we stopped them, and now we're going to go on the offensive and march into the Sanctum Domination and really grind them? I don't know. It was a cool cinematic, and I agree with you. I think Tyrande is a great character, but she just looks like an idiot, and I feel like she's going more towards the Malfurion route than the Illidan route. And you know how I feel about Malfurion. You know what, life.
I feel like we need to have moments where we lose because
But we always lose.
the enemy needs to feel insurmountable so that when we finally defeat them, we feel like we've accomplished something, even though it's all a narrative that's been scripted.
But we constantly
and as far as
lose,
Tyrande,
lose, and then we win in the raid. No, look how they did with Gul'dan. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost, and that made it so much more satisfying when we actually killed him.
well, what I was going to say is as far as Tyrande, she's been hunting Sylvanas down for a good while. This didn't come out of nowhere. And I really did like her fucking one line where Sylvanas is like, show me the wrath of Elune, and Tyrande's
Yes.
Elune gave me power, but the wrath is all mine, you fucking bitch. And then she starts attacking her. I thought that was badass. What I'm confused by is Elune being like, oh nope, I'm retreating now. There's gotta be a reason for that. There has to
Well,
be.
DNR always jokes around about how supposedly Elune is like a non-violent goddess, so maybe she's empowering.
Then why is the Night Warrior a thing in the first
I don't know.
place?
That's another thing where the story's a little wonky to me. I mean, not a lot to talk about there, but did you guys notice how Sylvanas is getting way better control of the Banshee flying away thing that she does? She doesn't even scream anymore, maybe because everyone got over that. But she literally just at one point faded into black mist and went away. She does.
Oh, she's always been able to do that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, actually, no, I take that
Doesn't
back.
she always do the wah thing and then she flies away?
Well, the scream isn't part of it. She just does that
Oh.
for effect, I think, and to intimidate people. But what I was wrong about is that the longer she's been in league with the jailer, the stronger she's been doing that
That's
kind
what
of
I
thing.
meant. That it becomes a lot more subtle and her Banshee powers are a lot more controlled.
You know what I just realized? We're still in question of the week. We never actually finished it. We gave a very thorough answer. So that was the question of the week. A new question for next week. If you could add only one race class combination to the game that doesn't already exist, what would it be and why? Now, guys, I know we could go on for hours and hours on this topic, but sooner or later the show does have to come to a stop. So, that's the new question. If you could only add one race class combination to the game that doesn't already exist, what would it be and why?
I don't want to steal your.
You can
I'm not
answer
steal
on.
yours, Willie. I'm not gonna steal.
You can answer. You can answer on Discord. It is linked in the show notes and on the Twitter, which is at ThrallsBallsPod. If you'd like to answer on Twitter, go ahead, at ThrallsBallsPod. You can answer in email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Do you guys have any last thoughts that you want to impart on people?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. So thanks for tuning in again. We did tweet. I did put together a raid DPS tier list. I'm gonna do one for Mythic Plus. I just want to play Mythic Plus a little bit, see where it's at. But so I got a little feedback on that, and yeah, Arcane Mage is gonna be very strong. It's probably gonna be the strongest mage spec in raid. It has very good burst, single target. So I don't know who replied and said they never seen it before, but this is their expansion to Shine, and Fury Warriors in the same spot. Whoever responded, I think they'll be in a good thing. Other than that, thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back next week, and we promise collectively, because it's not just Willie's fault. Baron Gershom Baron Gershom and I keep thinking of two separate people.
You can just call me. You can just say Gershom. Baron Gershom's just my title.
I think
Discord.
that's just her being silly in Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gershom and I, we did our homework and we finally got the program to run. So we shouldn't have any more issues going on out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that this first week of raiding and Mythic Plus and whatever else you do in 9.1 is successful.
Any last thoughts, Gershom?
Basically gonna echo Bent on that one. I want to thank everyone for listening, the support and the likes on Twitter, and the chat popping off in Discord means a lot. It's a lot of fun and it feels very supportive. I just want to let everyone know, quick little shameless plug. I am gonna be on Girls Gone WoW on Sunday. Talking about 9.1, so I believe that's at 1 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. like British Standard Time. You may want to check out, their Discord and their tweets and whatever, just to make sure that you get in on time. But it is a live stream. It's my first live stream, so I'm a little scared. But
you'll do great.
It'll be fine. Thank you, though. So yeah, I'm gonna be on Girls Gone WoW next Sunday. Other than that, you can find me where you always find me, on Twitter and Discord, and thanks so much again for listening.
Yeah. So, it's been a great show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. As mentioned previously, keep an ear and an eye out for what kind of crazy shit we're going to be throwing at you with, that stuff I mentioned in the pipeline that's coming up. Once again, I want to thank everyone for listening. I want everyone to feel welcome to join our Discord and come hang out. The link is in the show notes and on Twitter. You can leave us a review on iTunes or on the Warcraft Radio podcast directory, warcraftradio.com/directory, and then look for Thrall's Balls. If you have any feedback for the show, you can either tweet us at thrallsballspod or email us at thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. You can follow me, Wooly, on Twitter at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's. You can follow Gershom on Twitter at Hunter Gershom, Gershom. Bent hates Twitter, but you can follow him on Twitch at 2PACNTC, 2 the number, PACNTC. I almost put on that little piddly Twitter he just made on here, but I decided not to unless he wants it. That's fine. Right. But anyway, everybody, thanks for listening. Go forth and tickle nutsacks. See ya.